All right, we're going to take a look at a study guide for your final, sorry. Imagine having $20 bills consisting of $5 bills and $10 bills, a total of 95. Write a system of equation to describe the situation. All right, so you have 20 bills made up of $5 and $10. So you can say, let's call this X, let's call this Y. So if I have, when I add however many bills I have here and however many bills I have there, it's going to give me a total of 20 bills. Okay. Then, no matter what I have, $5 bills, however many I have of X, right, times 5 will give me the value of that, plus however $10 times the number I have of that $10 will give me the value of that, is going to give me the total of $95. Okay. So this is just straight up the number of bills. However many 5s I have, however many 10s I have, when I physically count them, I have 20. Then whatever combination I have of those, okay, $5 bills, however many I have of those, and $10 bills, however many I have of those, I'm going to get $95 out of it. So that's my system of equations. All right, showing your work, solve the system. So now we have to solve this. A couple of ways that you could do this. You could use substitution, elimination. I'm going to use elimination just because it's the fastest way to ever do anything, which basically is you need to make either the x's or the y's the same number but opposite. Okay, so whichever one you want to do. I'm going to pick 5 just because it's the smallest number. So I'm going to make this look like this but opposite. Okay, so that means I'm going to take x plus y equals 20, and I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 5. By really negative 5. Okay, I'll just do it all in one. By negative 5. So if I multiply this whole thing by negative 5, I'm going to get negative 5x, then negative 5y equals negative, and then 100. Now, that's my first equation. Then just rewrite your second. Okay. The reason I do that is so I can eliminate this, because when I add these two, it's going to go away. So this goes away, which is the whole point of me doing that. Then I got negative 5 plus 10. Positives are going to win by 5. And then negative 100 plus 95. Negatives are going to win because they got more people by 5. Then divide both sides by 5. So you're going to get y equals negative 1. Okay, so that's my first one. Then now I'm going to plug that into the easiest equation. The easiest one is going to be this first one, so I'm going to write that down, x plus y equals 20. And wherever I see a y, which is right here, I'm going to put this negative 1. So x plus negative 1 equals 20. All right, then solve that. So a positive and a negative is going to give me a negative. Move this to the other side, it's going to become what? Plus 1. So x equals 21. Okay, so now I've solved the system of equations. All right, number 2, the width of a rectangular shaped object is x and the length is rectangular. So first let me do a rectangular. The width is x, the length is x minus 3. The perimeter is 123, meaning when I add that to that, plus this, which is the same as x minus 3, because it's the same thing, and this is also x, when I add all of that up, I'm going to get 123. So it says, write a simplified expression that represents the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, so what is the perimeter? The perimeter, okay, the perimeter is 123, and I get that number by adding all of this. So I'm going to add x plus x plus x plus x. How many x's do I have? 4 of them. Okay, then the numbers, negative 3, there's no number there, plus negative 3, there's negative 6, there's no number there, so negative 6. That's all, everything added up on the side. Okay, so now you're just going to solve the equation. Oh, actually, this just says write a simplified expression. Okay, explain your answers. All right, so to explain your answer, you need to write down something in the form of, to find the perimeter, you add all the sides together. So when you add x minus 3 plus x minus 3 plus x, you're going to get the perimeter of 123. When you simplify it, it's going to simplify to this. That's me explaining my answer. Find the length and the width of the rectangle, show your work. So now we just have to solve this equation. So you have 123 equals 4x minus 6. Take this to the other side. It's going to become plus 6. That goes away. So it's going to be 129 equals 4x. Divide both sides by 4. And x is whatever that is. So 129 divided by 4. 32.25. So the width, 32.25. It says find the width of the rectangle. So this is the width. And find the length. The length is x minus 3, right? So x minus 3 is the length. So what do? What's x? 32.25 minus 3 equals, 29.25. All right, so that's the length and the width. A cable company charges a one-time fee of $20 and then $10 after that. Use a chart to create a table of values for the number of months and total number paid. All right, so month one. Okay, month one, you're going to pay the $20, right? Plus 10. So you're going to pay $30 first month. Second month, you've already paid the 20. After that, it's just 10 a month. So you're going to add 10 to that. It's going to be 40. Third month, add 10, 50. Fourth month, add 10, 60. Fifth month, add 10, 70. Sixth month, add 10, 80. Okay, so that's my table. Write an expression that explains the total number of months. So you're going to have y equals mx plus b, right? Y equals, what's the slope? The slope is the change. How does it keep changing from one thing to the other? It keeps changing 10. So that's going to be 10. X, and then plus b is your y-intercept. What do you start off with? So you start off with $20 plus 20. Okay, because at month 0, you're going to pay $20. All right, so that's your linear expression. How much would you spend on cable after 9 months? So when x is 9, okay, all you're going to do is plug it in. So 10 times 9 plus 20, y equals 90 plus 20, y equals 110. So you're going to be spending 110. Or you can just plug it in. 6. So 6 will be 80, 7 is 90. I'll just write it down because it keeps changing by 10, right? 8 is 100, 9 is 110. Or you can just do that. All right, consider this equation. What is the solution? Show your work. All right, so I will always use the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, and you're just going to label your, so it goes ax squared, a with x squared, b with x, and c by itself. So that goes with that. That goes with that. And that goes with that. So just rewrite this equation with parentheses around your variable. So it goes minus, then parentheses, plus or minus, square root, parentheses, squared minus 4, parentheses, parentheses, all over 2 parentheses. Just where the letters are, put parentheses. The reason being is you're just going to come in and put the letters in. So the first one is b. What's b? Minus 3. This one is also b. That's minus 3. Next one is a. A is 18. Next one is c, which is negative 6. And under here is a, which is 18. Then once you do that, all you're going to do is just going to put it in the calculator. Okay, so you're just going to type that whole thing in the calculator, the whole top. So it goes negative, open parentheses, negative 3, close parentheses, plus, and you're going to come back and do the others. Square root, open parentheses, negative 3, close parentheses, squared, minus 4, open parentheses, 18, close parentheses, open parentheses, negative 6, close parentheses. So that's the whole top, 24. Divided by the bottom in parentheses. So you're just going to put the whole bottom in parentheses, 2 times 18. So when you add, and by the way, if you get a decimal, hit math, okay, then enter, enter. It'll give it to you in a fraction. So the first one is x equals 2 over 3. Now you're going to go change that minus at the outside to plus. So you go up to that equation, press enter, so it's going to copy it. Then you're going to go back all the way outside the square root to that plus, and you're going to change that to a minus. Press enter. Again, that's the whole top divided by the bottom, 2 times 18 in parentheses, and that's going to give me negative, again, math, enter, enter gives you a fraction, negative 1/2. All right, explain how you determined your answer, okay? So I'm going to say, I'm going to just tell it to you in words, okay, what I did. So first, I made sure that the equation was in standard form, and I labeled my A, B, and my C, okay? Then I copied down the quadratic formula and plugged in A as 18, B as a -3, and C as a -6. Then I just used the calculator to simplify the entire expression to get the answer 2/3 and -1/2. So that's explanation. So that's you writing down what you did. Explain another way that you could solve the equation. You could actually do this by factoring, okay, by completing the square or the quadratic formula. And now you have to explain that.